After Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, we could say we're done with the Mad Max franchise, and I think I'd be okay with it. Chase Lachy with the blue Futon ruin. Furiosa, Mad Max Saga, 4DX. Let's get started. All right. What's about pretty simple premise? You remember Fury Road? That came out in 2015 and won 6 freaking Oscars. Freaking cray. But anyway, this is the prequel of Charlie's Theron's character, of how she was maybe, I would say, 8 years old in the green world, and slowly, I would say, making in the ranks of this area, of this, bad guy that uses these women to have babies and pretty fucked up shit. But yeah, her story in 2.5-hour movie, which we'll talk about the runtime because it is the longest in the Mad Max movies. So 4DX, I thought was pretty fine. Nothing bombastic though. Yes, when there were some good car chases, yeah, you got that bombastic next to it. But just like George Miller other movies, he tries to keep it on a shot. So you're not going to get the quick zangy like jump cut edits where it will make the chairs go crazy. But there are a lot of rumbling because a lot of motorcycles. There is a decent amount of chair movement, and even though you're in the desert, there is decent amount of water effects too, because when it comes to, sprinkling Chris Hemsworth or having other the fountain coming down from that big, area. I don't remember what it's freaking called, but the valley with the 3 little triangle things. Anyway, so yeah, overall, 4DX is fun, but I think it is more less movement than movement because of the runtime and just me not noticing the chairs move as much as other times. But there were some times where it's janky as shit. Like, caveat. The best use of right now the chairs have been the Deadpool trailers, which there was 3 of them. But the song, "Do you call my name? I will beat you, meet you." They're like the chair would move with the song, and that's freaking awesome. Okay, you don't get in that thing with Mad Max. But anyway, did I like Furiosa? Okay. Let's just go with the ranking of all 5 of the Mad Maxes right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 5 is Thunderdome. 4 is Furiosa. 3 is Fury Road. 2, Original Mad Max. 1, Road Warrior. Let's get that out of the way right now. The problem with Furiosa, the runtime. You feel the runtime. The animation, the CGI, the VFX. It is a downgrade from what I experienced just last night watching this on my LG OLED 4K TV. I felt the difference. The transitions felt wonky. I think the technical craft of this movie diminished hard. But when we're talking about Chris Hemsworth, Anya Taylor-Joy, I have no issues with that. Anya Taylor-Joy, not a lot of lines to say. Cool beans. Right there. And she says she felt lonely on set. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. You made $1 million. I could give a shit at that point. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Chris Hemsworth did a pretty damn good job as being the villainous character. And you do get a lot of the characters back from Fury Road into this movie. So if you just watch Fury Road, you're going to recognize a lot of these characters and how some of these characters came into play. How they were on Chris Hemsworth's team. Then they moved to Bullet Town or Gas Town or this town with, the guy that's impregnating all these ladies that keep them in a vault. So you do see some of these characters back in the day, or back, and you're like, okay, that's cool that I get to see the timeline of some of these characters, how they progressed. Even though one of the brothers kind of disappeared. But anyway, from the 5th one to the 4th one, they don't explain how. Anyway, whatever. All right. The landscape, I actually say the one technical craft I did like is cinematography, how it did change a little bit, how it's not just brown all the time. Here we did get some greens and some funness to it. When the action was on screen, I enjoyed it, but like I said, it's a downgrade. It's a freaking downgrade. The only one that didn't feel like a downgrade for me was the one where we're in the Bullet Town and there's an ambush. You kind of see in the trailer where Chris Hemsworth is kind of behind the brick silo, if you want to put it that way. And it's like, woohoo! That car chase sequence, or that actual, sequence of action is pretty freaking sweet. But the overall experience, I just felt like it was disjointed. It felt the transitions didn't work, the editing didn't work, and the overall runtime didn't work. This is 2.5 hours movies. too long. How they decided to make this movie as well was very different from all the other movies. With this one, they just try to do like 4 different parts, and you're like, but why? Of course, the first part was like when Furiosa was real young. The second part is her going up in the ranks. The third part is more of like the longest part of her being Anya Taylor-Joy and getting through these different scenarios. And of course, the fifth one is the whole vengeance part. And that style of storytelling is fine because you're kind of getting out instead of 3 acts but 4 acts. But it just felt like it wasn't a Mad Max movie at that point. It did feel like more like Thunderdome-ish, where it felt like George Miller wanted to do something different. And when becoming the writing, the writing of this movie is mostly how are we going to do an action set piece? How are we going to storyboard this? Because, like I said, the dialogue is pretty minimalistic. And a lot of the action set pieces have no dialogue. And I didn't like that. For some reason, like I said, Fury Road, I don't know if the sound was better in Fury Road. I don't know if just, like, the scope felt bigger, where it was like, oh, shit, you could tell all these cars are real going through this desert. And if I had to take a guess, somewhere in Africa, I was like, do you feel it? Here, you're like, okay, that's one motorcycle, but then it's a weird transition to, oh, that's CGI, or they're not in the desert anymore. And there is way more of that you're just like, that does not work. And I think that's the biggest fault, is just it took me out of the film of just the funness. I felt like the funness was disappearing in this movie every minute it was coming along. Yeah, like I said, there were some good set pieces here and there, but I was missing the Charlize Theron. I was missing the Mel Gibsons. I was missing the Tom Hardys of just like the just nitty gritty down to earth of it. Yes, this is a very much down to earth with fantastic makeup as well. Like, this will get an Oscar nomination if I had to guess for makeup, probably sound, and VFX. Even though it's very low to VFX, like, Kingdom is doing way better over that, as well as Dune Part 2, so it ain't gonna win at all. Even costumes ain't gonna win. I'll be surprised if this makeup, it could maybe win makeup, but that's maybe the only chance it has to win this year. But I don't know. I came out of Furiosa just feeling empty. Feeling just like it wasn't what I was expecting. Yes, and how it ended too, where I did like how it literally was like, this goes straight into Fury Road. I really did enjoy that. But after that, it went into more of like the highlights of Fury Road. And it was just like, oh, are you trying to... They do that in all the other movies, especially with the beginning of this one too, where it opens up with like, again, nuclear war, blah, 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 shit's going down over and over. So it's like another recap. So I'm thinking, though, if you're already in the 5th movie, do you really need another recap of why the world's gone to shit? And you don't. Not at all. There's no way you're going to go into Furiosa not watching Fury Road. So yeah, that storytelling element and timeline periods, I just didn't like it at all. So overall, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga, nothing wrong with the acting, nothing wrong with some of the action set pieces, especially the one where you get to know the new driver and how they're doing this, it was good. But it felt like a downgrade overall. The scope felt decreased. The overall action set piece felt decreased. It felt like the realism was taken out of it. And I think that's the issue with some of these movies nowadays. It's like, it feels like you had to go more badass, but they thought they were, but it wasn't. So Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, will receive a 3 out of 5 with Futons. It goes at 60%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have critics a 90% with 251 of them. Audience score 93% with over 250. Critic consensus. Retroactively enriching Fury Road with greater emotional heft, if not quite matching its propulsive throttle. Furiosa is another glorious sweep in mastermind George Miller's breathless race towards cinematic Valhalla. I'm looking at the audience review. A lot of them are saying 3.5 out of 5 as well. I think the VFX, just the transition and the editing, was really freaking noticeable, and that really took me out of the film overall. 60, 90, 93. Chase got here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of the things, Butantopia, you boof toner, take watch a great down for stay tomorrow week from 130 from every single freaking one of you. What do you think about Furiosa? Let me know down below, because am I right, wrong? Let me know what you truly think.